Hi guys, and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's been a very long time since I have done an episode on this game. But now we have more updates to the game. 1.28 has come out, which introduces doubles, improved vehicle flares. There's a few more features in it as well, like little tweaks and all that in the notes. It's been out for quite a while as well, so now we could possibly get doubles on our Euro Truck series, as you can call it. Also, I've installed the Chris 45 trailer pack, which gives us nice trailers like the one I'm picking up right now, and also giving us a couple of like real life brands on the trailers, and I think it replaces some company names as well. I've also got a Google navigation kind of type of map now, so all the icons are changed, but this journey is a pretty good journey. It's exploring the Promods 2.20 kind of like additions in a way, because we're going to go from Gothenberg, as it is known, in Sweden, all the way up to Trondheim in Norway, which is kind of the most northerly point in Norway you can go. So we're going to go there. There's some lovely scenery on the route. And it actually caught me by surprise how much the scenery is like developed. I'm thinking that the Vive la France DLC has a lot to do with it. You'll see what I mean later on. But let's just pull out of our distribution centre on the road, take a bit of curb, and on we go. So this Google Maps navigation thing is a Steam Workshop mod. You can get it for Promods as well, which is the one I'm using, because I don't think it'll work if you have like the normal version, but the person who did it did a Promods version as well, so that's all fine and good. So it works, and the kind of display looks a lot better. Like the icons have been changed, they're now circular. The sleeping areas before used to be blue, they're now brown, and the fuel areas used to be green, and now they're blue with circular icons. It's nice to have a little bit of change for once on the sat-nav, because it's just a boring route, which is kind of annoying. It just gets a bit boring after a while, and then you just want to change it up. But this is like the first kind of mod that I found that changes that, like the navigation completely, like all the icons and stuff on the map. But we're still in our Scania, of course, made by RGL. It's a really good Scania. And in fact, wow, that's a nice little view from the bridge there over the motorway, and that's a nice little view to look down on a very illuminated petrol station. It's really nice. Little touches like that make this game what it is. Just seriously, all these mods as well make the game so much better. Such as this Scania. And in fact, talking of Scanias, SCS are going to be doing, I think, the Scania S, and then another one. I think they're like redeveloping like the interiors for them. So there's going to be like new interiors. There's like where all you can see, like the you can see just right of the parking brake, you've got like the fan controls and all that. On the little bit below where you can put your accessories, I think that'll be raised up a little bit more. And I think the dials might be improved, which is a nice little sign, because of course, like, you want to have different interiors for your trucks. That's what it is, because 99% of the time you're just looking at the interior of it. So having different like kind of things in the interior, such as like a raised middle section, maybe different dials, maybe a different steering wheel texture, different kind of look to a steering wheel and a look to an interior in general, will help, because then you're not looking at the same thing constantly. But saying that, there's a lot of mods though for different trucks that you can add. Like I think there's a Renault T, Range T or something, that's not in the game yet. It was supposed to be in the game, but it's not, and people have modded it. A lot of people do mod, which is good. helps the game go on that much longer. And in fact, I've played this game, I think over 80 hours have been played on this game on Steam, so that's a lot. That is a lot of hours because of Promods, because of mods in general. That's why. It's kind of going back to the Promods 2.20 kind of map. They add a bunch of new stuff, and I mean a bunch. There's this one place that I finally found that was located in Finland, where there's a kind of place you can go, and that's kind of where the sun never sets type thing. So we're going to end up going there at some point, but I thought it was in Norway. No, judging by the name, but it wasn't. It was in Finland. So I think next time, our next journey might actually be that. We're just going to go to the that point and see what it's like. And in fact, I've seen like a video on it where it was like in the beta stage still, and it looks really good. So I'm going to end up going there. But this time we're going to go to Trondheim. There's a lot of good stuff en route. And in fact, there's some nice little trees on this motorway. This is kind of the boring bit, but once we get out of Sweden, it all gets so much better. But Promods 2.20, and in fact, there's a new DLC coming out that could affect Promods, which is the Italy DLC. There's like loads of info on the blog about it, but then in some ways it's kind of good for the game because it adds more cities in Italy, like France for example. That's what happened. They added more scenery, they added better type of architecture, they did new things. I think they're on about doing like a weather system now. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's what I'm guessing they might do, because like the France DLC brought new businesses, types of trailer, I think, new drop-off, like type of drop-off points, better scenery, more roundabouts, which was nice. It was just like the countryside trees that kind of was the main point of it all. With the Italy one, besides like the new businesses, the new drop-off points, is there anything else to do? Like a weather system, because Scandinavia introduced a better weather system. So at that point, and that's why I'm thinking it might be a weather system, because there's no type of foggy weather, there's no type of, I don't know, there's no snow. There's never any snow in this game. But I'm guessing that's what the Italy DLC will have alongside it, is the weather system. Wow, this bridge looks amazing. The water. Look at that. That is amazing. I don't even care. This is like the best bridge I've ever been on in this game. I told you this'll be great. I don't think we're even out of Sweden yet, to be quite honest. But you know, it's time for a picture. And if the camera will let me, which it won't, let me cross that central reservation there. That's kind of annoying. Can't even take a picture. God damn it. But yeah, the bridge looks amazing. Look at the detail on the pillar, for example. That's how good it is. That's how good Promods is. It just lets... the game just lets you to do stuff like that in loads of detail. You can see on the path there as well, that was cracked, but then we can't take a picture because the camera is being stupid. I love photo mode, it really is good, so I'm just going to try and take another one here. Hopefully, it'll be a better one. But yeah, the water looks like so amazing now in this game. I mean, like, from initially when the game came out, I think I got it like a bit after it came out. The water was awful, to be quite honest. So I think in recent versions, or in fact recent DLCs, I don't know what has improved the water. But you know, it's a welcome change, and I think the water looks actually better than most things in the game, by default. It's kind of sad if that happens though, if the water's the best point in the whole game. This is a chucking game. Oh man. But yeah, this journey's going to be split up into two. I forgot to mention that. Because it's such a long drive. And in fact, I think this part alone will be about like half an hour. It's a bit... It makes more sense to split it up into two. Because it is a good journey. There's some good stuff along route. And I really want to like go all the way to Trondheim. I want to do these long journeys but then split them up. That's just a better way to do it. Instead of doing short journeys all the time, which is what I do, then you don't really get to see the scenery unless you're passing through that place. But I know for a fact Trondheim is good, and in fact along route as well we discover a bunch of new places. Now I have to try and get some fuel, and I also need to rest. As you can see, we're kind of low on both. But I don't know whether this is a fuel station or what. I don't even know what this is up ahead. I don't even know what it is up ahead at all. Whether it's a toll booth, which I presume it is. I presume it's a toll booth up ahead. So we're going to have to try and find a place to rest. We're going to have to find a place to try and get some more fuel because we don't want to run out of fuel. Because then, yeah, we're pretty much redlining it at the moment for fuel. Also, just wondering that if anyone's got Promods 2.0, like 2.2 in fact. If anyone's got that and has found like any new stuff, like some good new stuff, leave it in the comments, because if there's like a particular journey from one place to another that has good scenery on it, if you let me know in the comments, then I'll probably look out for it next time, and we can do that journey after we've done the one to that place in Finland that I was talking about earlier on, because that's another good Promods 2.2 kind of feature. But luckily enough, I've just chosen a route today that was filled with good scenery after we left Sweden, which we're doing quite now. So we're gonna cross over this lovely bridge, the second most lovely bridge in Sweden, and we're gonna go into Norway. And we nearly cut up a police car. Oh my god. We nearly cut up a police car there. And I hope there's a fuel station and a rest stop nearby, because I don't know how long I can continue with low fuel and also without any rest. Because I really don't know how long. But that's just weird. On the navigation it says there's like a little cut-off point. Now I'm speeding. That's great. Just switch to 43 instantly. But there's no space on the right, but it says it on the navigation. That's kind of bugged. And this car is going super slow. There's like a massive gap that you can fit about 20 buses in. There, he speeds up now. And then there's the police car that we cut up before. Man. And we're running out of fuel. Technically I should have got some before, but I don't know how long we can go. I'm just going to see if there's a fuel stop. And I think there's one in Oslo. I don't even know. We're going to have to cut through Oslo, I think, to actually get the fuel before we run out. Well, it's part of Oslo. Don't know if it's Oslo itself. So this is an interesting kind of like road. So it goes uphill quite a bit. This is going to be fun with the engine that we have in here. Luckily our like cargo is not too heavy, and I'm now just kind of coasting like up the hill and down it because I don't want to run out of fuel. And the best way to do that is by not accelerating. Truth be known, there you go. I'm pretty much up to 70 kilometers an hour, so that's, well, miles an hour, I should say. That's not too bad. I think that's about, is that 70? It is 70 kilometers. But yeah, it's a nice early morning trip through Norway. Under this bridge as well as some water that I couldn't quite see, but it's nice. There's a load of tunnels as well, which look exceptional. Like this one, because there's lights all the way at the top. and it just kind of restricts you a little bit, which is not good, but then it's just a motorway. There's nothing interesting on a motorway as such. We go through a bunch of like little roads. So those little roads will have good stuff on it, so we're going to stick it at 48 for now. Till one, we find a fuel stop and a rest point, and ideally they'll both be at that Oslo place. That's ideally the best scenario. So we're going to turn off here. I think this is our turn off for Oslo, and it is as well. So we're going to take this turn off, and hopefully we're going to not run out of fuel in the process of doing that. Wow, this is a tight bend. This is a tight bend. I didn't even slow down enough. It was a lot tighter than what I expected. But here we go. A roundabout for once. The first roundabout. Oh god, I'm going way too quickly. Yeah, I thought I was going to slow down. It didn't work. Wow, that was a very interesting roundabout adventure. But yeah, there's a bunch of those, and the more complex ones, which is always fun. I love the more complex ones. Just makes it a lot harder to pull out, which is kind of annoying if the AI just like brake on the roundabout. But look at our fuel. It's just literally we have a slither of fuel left, and I think we're gonna make this. And we've discovered Oslo and got an achievement progress. 13 out of 26. I think that's at the Norwegian cities. I don't even know what to turn off. Is it this one? No, it's not. Can't get to it that way. That's the mechanic if we turn off left. So we just go through this way, and I think the fuel stops on our left. I can see it just up ahead, in fact. So we can't really pull in that way because it says no left turn, so we're going to have to loop around, I suppose. It's not too much of a problem. We should be able to fit that in. With a double trailer, this will be a bit of a task. In fact, this will be an awful task. If we were in a double, we wouldn't be able to fit it, probably. But with one articulation point, this should be simple. And it is simple. So now we fill up right to the top. And in fact, this tank doesn't really hold much fuel. I think I've filled up about... yeah, 423 litres have filled up, so it's not a big tank, really, with the distance that we're going. I probably will try to see if there's an upgrade for the chassis to have a bigger fuel tank. Or I might end up just getting a better truck at some point and giving this one to the AI to drive, which hasn't happened yet. I haven't got any AI drivers. But it is morning. We just turn on our day running lights to see the lovely Scania kind of display on the back of us. And now, of course, the air pressure in the brakes is just like low. But we're not stopping, so all is good. We might as well just continue through here. We turned off anyway. We might as well just continue straight on. We can see a little bit more of the city as well. I mean, that's a nice little feature. The NS Oil signs on top of the actual thing, as opposed to just a sign, a square sign. Anyways, it's always nice when something's like a lot different. I wish we could go straight ahead. I wish we certainly could. That would be fun. But then, as I said, more tunnels. It's 31 through this tunnel as well. So that's 50 k's. As if. It looks like it's about a 40 through the tunnel. And as we come out the other side, we get to see a load of trees and some nice houses as well. Oh wow, these houses look really nice. Just appreciate this residential area right now. It's really good. Also, there's a giveaway here. Nothing coming either way. Let's go. If we could go down these little residential streets, like right, for example, that would be great. But they look so good. It looks so lived in. There's lovely, pretty buildings. Just amazing. As I said, it baffles me I don't think I've been to Promods Oslo on any other save game. So this is kind of all new. It probably was new from like Promods 2.17 or something. But as we go left now, because we're going to Oslo, we could have gone like right before to go back to Gothenberg, but we didn't. Just about making through like around that tight road there. In fact, coming with a double trailer is going to be a bit of a task down narrow roads like this, because it's just wide enough to possibly just for a truck. Really, it's not that wide at all. And we've got the AI being scumbags, not moving over. So yeah, we're now on some I think it's a dual carriageway where there's some kind of buildings to our right, so it's not boring for once to look on the motorway and see nothing. It's a nice little addition. And as we it's a tunnel, another tunnel. We go underneath the ground. I don't know how long this tunnel is. Hopefully it's not too long, because tunnels do annoy me slightly. They're all good, but then it's just kind of like, if it's a really long tunnel, it's a bit bad. But then there's this like kind of crazy intersect. Well, I don't even know what it is. It's just like a split between both. One goes uphill, one goes downhill. That's weird. It's a bit weird. And it says it's 50 down here, and no way it's 50. No way. Because there's a roundabout up ahead out of the tunnel. There's no warnings that I've seen anyway. Oh wow, there's an AI kind of derp on the roundabout, and also that truck is carrying a digger, and that truck on the right is carrying a Scania by the looks of it. So I think they might be going to the Volvo factory, or either to the Volvo factory, the Scania factory, or any dealership. But this is another lovely residential area. Oh wow, there's a bridge that goes down. Oh man, this just makes me really excited, because there's like nothing like this that I've seen before. Oh, it looks so nice. Nice little bridge to twist back on yourself there. It's really nice. Police cars there. The Norwegian police are following us again. We won't cut you up this time. It's all good. So now we're going to go downhill. There's a man there, I think. Just go down, and then we're going to approach this roundabout, and then we're going to... I don't even know where we're going to go. I can't really see it properly. I think we're going to go all the way around to the left, I presume. Actually, no, we're going to turn off here. That was a bit weird. But yeah, those roundabouts do go underneath like motorways and all that. It's a nice little thing. It's like kind of what the UK kind of has. In some places there's a roundabout like below certain parts of the motorway, and then above like the main part. Nice to see it's becoming more realistic, this game, and there's a lot more kind of junctions to navigate and roundabouts. Kind of adds to the challenge a little bit, which is, it's really nice to see that there's like more roads and they're not all the same. Because if they were all the same, it gets boring. And in fact, the normal version of Euro Truck, which I played for ages, had boring roads. They were all the same. There was no city that was different as such. They were on a small scale. They weren't detailed. But then map modders come along, like Promods, and make everything a lot better. And add in a bunch of new scenery, a bunch of new roads, new looks to roads, and little roads that like go downhill and then sweep back on themselves. Those kind of roads I like. And then it adds to the challenge, like I said before, especially with double trailers. Oh, imagine doing that in a double trailer. You have to go on the other side of the road. It'd be mental. Oh wow, we've got a nice looking trailer. Don't even know what it says, because it says Pal Finger. From England in the UK. Nice one. Nice trailer. That's the Chris 45 trailer pack. I've stopped using the Jazzy Cat one, because the Jazzy Cat one I thought before used to replace logos, and it doesn't. for like businesses. This is the Chris 45 one, and it doesn't crash my game, which is what I want. But then there's a lot more realistic branding on the Chris 45 one, which is kind of what I want, because I want like real trailers, but also varied trailers. So you get different heavy cargoes, and in fact there's like cargoes that are named that aren't in the original game and in the Jazzy Cat one. I used to have both before, but then I just kind of got rid of the Jazzy Cat one because I don't know whether or not my game was crashing because of it. And I think it only crashes in Germany, believe it or not. I haven't tried it since. That might be a test. I have to test to see whether or not this crashes in Germany. I can't even move over to let these AI get in because like there's a stupid car on the outside. So annoying. Another tunnel. God, I love the tunnels. Norwegian tunnels are my favourite. God, I love the tunnels. Ah, there's a lane merge. I was gonna ask why is the AI like being so slow, but there's a lane merge. Obviously, lane merging's a bit of an issue, but doesn't seem too bad from that little point there. And I'm just gonna nearly crash into the back of this this Fiat lookalike, I suppose, the old ones. But yeah, there's another nice little lake here. Lovely water, lovely trees. I'm gonna crash probably. Oh god, I'm gonna crash. Keep an eye on the road. There we go. Nearly crashed, but saved it. Nice little bridge as well. Things like this, I mean, like there's a countryside type of thing, and I don't even know why the AI just do this. Slow right down for no reason. Nice little countryside bits. Nice industrial bits. And then we have the main hustle bustle of the city type parts. Kind of a good mix with all the places that you visit. Obviously, if you're going through cities, multiple, you have kind of like the built up areas. If it's a big city, if it's like a little town or something, you won't. You just get like things on a much smaller scale. But then you have lovely countryside roads like these, with trees, with twisty roads, with a tunnel again. Lovely tunnels going on to some more countryside trees, and there's a lovely bridge up here as well. I think we've crossed about 5 bridges with more water. This is just amazing. Not even joking. This is like a lovely drive. I'd recommend this trip. From this point onward, from like Oslo, I'd recommend this trip for you to do, because it is so nice. And we're going to try and take a picture this time. There's a police car in the way, which is a bit annoying. We're going to try our best though, as we can, if we can move the camera properly. And it doesn't even let us like go off the road, which is it's a stupid photo mode. It's really stupid. It never used to be like that, I don't think. Never used to restrict you as much. Could be just me. I have to play around with the FOV and get a good picture, which we do. That's nice. Nice that little picture. I love that. Especially with so crisp water. I mean, these graphics that I have it on aren't great because it used to crash if I had them on like high, because like the requirements for this game, obviously I'm way above those, so I could probably crank them right up, but because of Promods I can't, because it just breaks. It just crashes. It crashes in Germany. That's where it crashes. So I've found with these type of graphics that I have, like graphic settings I have now, it's actually alright. It doesn't crash as much. Man, lovely roads. Nice change in elevation as well. And another bridge. Well, bridge. Could say just like nice railing. Yeah, there's like loads of farms on the left, but then are hidden by trees, and then there's some trees like alongside with some building that I don't even know what it was. Something made out of wood. Little things like that get hidden in the landscape, and then if you spot them, you're just like, whoa, what was that? it just makes you like second guess what you see, and then if you do the route again the other way, you can have a look, or you can find out what it is the other way. The return journey I don't think would be really good, towards the back end anyways. But we've got signals. Oh boy, brake! Just stopped in time. That's going to be it for this episode of the, well, part 1 anyway of this trip. Hope you've enjoyed. Leave a like if you have. Next time out we're going to continue this journey with more good scenery. So that's going to be it from me. And until next time, I shall see you all then.